The Clockmaker's Secret Garden. In a quiet corner of the old town stood a little shop. Its windows were filled with clocks of every size and shape. Some chimed with a gentle ding. Others ticked softly like whispers in the night. The sign above the door read, "Mr. Elliot's Clockworks." Few people noticed the old shop anymore. But inside, it held a secret that no one had guessed for years. Mr. Elliot was a tall, thin man with kind eyes. His hands were always stained with oil and dust. He wore the same faded brown coat every day. And in his pocket, he carried a golden key. No one knew what the key was for. When children asked, he would smile mysteriously and say, "It opens something very old, and very alive." Olivia had always been curious about him. Every day after school, she passed by the clock shop. She would stand at the window, counting the ticking clocks. One rainy afternoon, she gathered her courage. She stepped inside, the bell above the door jingling. The shop smelled of wood polish and time. Clocks ticked all around, like 100 tiny heartbeats. Mr. Elliot looked up from his workbench. "Ah, the little clock watcher," he said warmly. Olivia blushed and shuffled her feet. I wanted to see what's inside." He chuckled, his voice deep and slow. "Clocks are like people, you know. Each one has a soul." Her eyes widened at the strange thought. He showed her an old grandfather clock. Its pendulum swung like a slow heartbeat. "This one remembers every storm it's heard," he said. "And this one," he pointed to a small silver watch, "still dreams of the pocket it once lived in." Olivia giggled, not sure if he was joking. But something about his words felt true. After a while, she noticed a locked door at the back. It was half hidden behind stacks of wooden boxes. The golden key in his pocket glinted faintly. "What's behind that door?" she asked softly. Mr. Elliot's eyes grew distant. "That," he whispered, "is where time grows." Before she could ask more, he changed the subject. For weeks, Olivia visited the shop. Each time, she grew more curious about the locked door. One chilly winter evening, she found Mr. Elliot staring at it. His hands trembled as he held the golden key. "Would you like to see?" he finally asked. Her heart leapt, and she nodded quickly. He unlocked the door, and they stepped inside. It was not what she expected. Beyond the door lay a winding staircase. The air smelled of rain and blooming flowers. A soft golden light shone from below. They descended, step by slow step. The ticking of clocks faded behind them. And then, she saw it. A vast underground garden stretched before her. Every plant glowed faintly, as if made of starlight. Roses the color of sunrise swayed in a windless air. Tall silver trees whispered in languages she didn't know. At the center was a fountain, shaped like a giant clock face. Water flowed over its numbers, sparkling like liquid time. Olivia could only stare in wonder. "This," Mr. Elliot said softly, "is the place where lost minutes and hours go." She didn't understand. He knelt beside the fountain and dipped his hands in. The water swirled, and she saw visions inside. A boy chasing a kite in summer sunlight. An old woman laughing with her friends. "These are moments people thought were gone," he explained. "They grow here, so they are never truly lost." Olivia reached into the water. She felt warmth, joy, and sadness all at once. A tiny silver flower bloomed at her touch. "It's your own moment," Mr. Elliot said. She saw herself, much younger, baking cookies with her mother. Tears filled her eyes. I thought I'd forgotten that day." "Time keeps what we cannot," he said gently. As they walked through the glowing garden, she noticed something. Each plant seemed to hold a different kind of memory. Some shone brightly like happy laughter. Others glimmered softly, filled with bittersweet goodbyes. They stopped at a small patch of wilted flowers. "These are the moments people waste," he said sadly. "They fade because no one cares for them." Olivia felt a pang in her heart. "I don't want my moments to fade," she whispered. "Then live them fully," he replied. "And they will bloom here forever." From that day on, Olivia visited the garden often. Sometimes she brought seeds from her happiest days. Sometimes she came to comfort the fading moments. Mr. Elliot taught her how to care for them. How to listen to the whisper of growing time. How to see beauty in even the smallest seconds. And how to keep them safe. One spring morning, she found the garden brighter than ever. The fountain's water sparkled like diamonds. The air was thick with the scent of blooming memories. She ran to Mr. Elliot to tell him. But the shop was empty. The workbench was bare. And the golden key rested on the counter. A note lay beneath it. It read, "The garden needs a new keeper. Time has chosen you." Olivia's hands trembled as she held the key. Her heart pounded with both fear and joy. She understood now. The garden was hers to protect. From that day forward, the shop became hers. Clocks still filled the windows, ticking gently. But behind the locked door, the garden grew. Every laugh, every tear, every moment worth keeping, found its way there, blooming under her care. And somewhere far away, Mr. Elliot smiled. Because the garden was in good hands.